All right, DELLA Yellowjacket Invitational here at Laurel High School today. You competed in the 10K, another school record for you today. You've just had so much success with that event. Talk about coming in this season and just running really well.
You know, this season I'm really blessed in that I can run as a graduate student, so my 10th semester. So my outlook has just been to have as much fun as I can being with this great team and doing all the events that I can. And I seem to have fun doing that. So
you're the GNAC Newcomer of the Year in indoor track, and then GNAC Runner of the Week last week. You've just been able to come in and have success. What does it mean to come in and impact a team like that, have some leadership, and how have you gelled with the team?
You know, the team is so easy to get along with, so that happened pretty seamlessly. And I think it's nice to be a leader, but you know, I think we all lead each other, which is nice.
And talk about some of the younger athletes who have really stood out in your mind, or some people you're excited to see over the next couple of years.
Yeah, you know, all of the team, I really am excited to see what they'll do in the future. One of the freshmen this year isn't able to compete with the team. Her name is Nikki Aiken, and I think she'll do great things next year when she's able to compete for the team. Rio Frame as a senior, I'm really excited to see. Really everybody. Bailey Bomar is really promising. I'm really excited to see what everybody's doing. I wish I had more information and experience with the other events, but with distance, I know a lot, and I think that they'll do great next year.
And a little senior ceremony recognizing the graduating seniors from the program this year that you're a part of. Just talk about being a part of that and getting to hang out with those seniors.
Yeah, the seniors are so great this year. I feel blessed to be a part of them, really, when I'm just even a graduate student. I think that we're a pretty fun bunch, I'd like to think, and definitely really committed to the program, which is really important.
And a couple more meets left on the schedule. Comment on what some of your goals are the rest of the way, and then leading into the GNAC championships.
Right. So I am just really excited to keep having fun with the team. That's really my goal, and just to do my best and try and be a good leader for the team again. See all the events. Maybe I've been doing a very poor job of seeing throwing events and jumping events, so maybe I can do that a little bit better these next few meets. And I'm really excited to be out in Oregon. Hopefully I'll make it there and just do my best to have fun.
So in the long jump, it was actually my first time doing it in 2 years, and I actually ended up PRing by 4 feet from last year. I ended up jumping 23 feet, 2.5 inches, which I think sets me pretty high in the GNAC. In the 110 hurdles, the rain started hitting pretty hard, so we tried to focus on really attacking the hurdles, and it went pretty well. I was pretty happy with my time, getting a 15:48. I was hoping to get that 14:9 mark, but it's just something to look forward to in next week. And then the 400-meter hurdles is the first time ever doing those, and I have to say I give respect to them because that is the hardest race I will ever do in my college career. But I gotta say, I did it. I got through it, and I can't complain. It's third place. So. And
you got to give some credit to your buddy Landon Polko there. He ran away with that one.
Oh yeah, and it's really impressive that with the weather conditions and having that the tailwind in the front end and then the headwind as you're coming through the last 100, for him to go 55 still and with this weather conditions, unbelievable. I give him props, but it was something for me to look forward to because I had to chase them down, and oh my God, it was awful. But like I said, I did it and I got it over with. So.
And just comment on being able to have a meet out here, kind of close to home, and be out here with all your teammates today.
Oh yeah, for sure. We love that we can use a facility like this because the track's a Mondo surface, and it's something that we don't normally get to practice on a lot. And so the fact that we actually do consider this our home meet, we thank the town of Laurel a lot, and having all the volunteers come out too. That's really cool too. And a lot of the athletes, they came out and helped set up the 400-meter hurdles. So just getting that camaraderie of everyone is really nice.
And what are some goals for you the rest of the season leading into the GNAC championships?
So I guess right now for the long jump, it seems that's my new event, and depending on where I'm placing there, I'll probably be focusing more honestly on that event, and then the 110s being in the top 8 right now. I'm going to be focusing on lowering my time to a 14.9. That will solidify me to at least getting a podium spot, which will be top 3. And then I guess if I continue to do the 400-meter hurdles, I was told that my 102 puts me at in the top 15. So if I decide to continue with that, going into GNAC, it should be, I guess, 3rd and long right now, and then 8th in the 110s, and just got to go from there essentially. So I have a lot of high hopes, especially now that I can go 23 feet in long jump. That's something that kind of surprised me. So hopefully I can get some podium spot in at least those 2 events. Not so sure about the 400-meter hurdles though.
Well, I mean, it's always nice to have more than one event. It kind of, I don't know, it's fun to be able to run back and forth. If you have a good triple jump, then it pumps you up for hurdles. And if your triple jump or jumping isn't that good, then you always have hurdles to come back to. So it's nice. Yeah, it's so much fun to be here. I don't know what I'd do without Shania. We help each other out a lot, and it's a great program to be a part of and to do everything.
And just comment a little bit more on the hurdles. So you get done jumping and you come over and you got a 110 hurdles. When did you start learning how to go over hurdles? And it's definitely a unique skill to have.
Yeah, I started them my sophomore year of high school, and then just kept continuing with that.
What's been the most challenging part about it, would you say?
I think for hurdles, you want to put your leg down as fast as you can, and then triple jump, you want to hold it up longer. So that's always challenging, but.
And then the rest of the season, just comment on what some of your goals are. You have a couple more meets before the GNAC championships, and being your first season, what are some things you'd like to build on?
Definitely triple jump. I have personal marks that I have set for myself, and then hurdles to get the time down more. But otherwise, just kind of enjoy the rest of the season, enjoy the teammates, keep pushing them, and they push me.
And your seniors that are graduating were honored today. Comment on a couple of them, some people you've looked up to, or anyone on the team that's been kind of a role model for you.
I honestly look up to all the seniors. I think they're all amazing. Austin does an incredible job helping me with hurdles, and he's improving awesome. And then DELLA and Rio, and they're just always so positive and fun to be around. There's not a bad thing I could say about any senior here.
A little emotional being my last ever home meet. I mean, I've had a lot of great memories here being in the Yellowjacket, and it's kind of sad that's come to an end finally, but it was a really good day for us, and I think our team did really well today.
And when you're standing in that line with the other seniors kind of being honored during the meet, what was going through your mind? What were you feeling?
Honestly, it was kind of surreal. I just can't believe all the memories and everything, and sad that's coming to an end, but it's been a good run.
And just comment on what you've accomplished this year and just maybe what some goals are. You still have several meets left, and then, of course, the GNAC championships.
Yeah, I've accomplished quite a bit this year. From cross country, improving my time, breaking school record in the 10K, and making it nationals this year in the mile, and taking back my GNAC title in the mile. It's been, ups and downs, but it's been more ups, and it's been really good. Yeah.
And where do you go from here in your next couple meets and GNAC championships? Do you have any goals heading into those?
Obviously, I want to be competitive. Try to get the 1500 title, maybe DMR 5K, and then I want to help us out in the 4x4 as well.
And you've commented a couple of school records following. It's been throughout the roster, a lot of guys running really well. When you look back at the program, look at some of the younger guys and see them running this well, why does that make you feel good about the future?
Well, just seeing those guys, they're doing stuff that I wasn't even doing until later in my career, and they're already only freshmen and sophomores, and seeing them progress like that is really cool. And then the recruits we're getting in, there's no doubt we're just going to continue building this program up.
Let's get it, Matt! Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it went really well. It was good to get a meet in, and it's nice to be at home. I wish the weather would have cooperated a little bit, but nobody was really complaining out there. The kids did really well as far as just getting through the conditions and everything. So yeah, we were pretty happy with some results out there too.
And talk about some of those results that really stood out to you. A couple of records today.
Yeah, well, right off the bat on the women's 10,000 meters. DELLA LYLE set a new school record, shattered the school record by quite a bit, and hit both a GNAC automatic mark and an NCAA provisional mark. That was the first time she'd run the 10K on a track, so that was pretty exciting to have her do that. Mile run, that was a new event. We usually don't run the mile outdoors. Robert Peterson won that, and of course that'd be I'm not sure if it's a school record yet. We'd have to go look and see what the outdoor one is, but it's a pretty decent time, and they'll convert it for our 1,500 meters. So yeah, those two especially were real good.
And talk about some of the younger athletes that have shown some versatility. On the women's side, JANESSA Williams and Shania Schwend in their jumps, and then JANESSA also with the hurdles. Comment on that, how that adds value to your team.
Yeah, they've been doing really well this year, going back and forth in that triple jump especially, but yeah, they're really coming along well in the long and triple. And it was a little tough today because the runway was kind of slippery with the rain, but they still had some pretty good jumps. And I know JANESSA was still pretty close to her best mark this year. So she's pretty consistent and everything. And then yeah, she had a good win in the 100-meter hurdles. Under slippery conditions as well. So I was pretty happy with our younger athletes too. So.
And then on the men's side, a couple of guys, Austin LINDQUIST, a nice jump, and then he jumps in there on the hurdles as well, and Landon Polko winning the 400 hurdles.
Yeah. Well, Austin's long jump was really good today. We didn't expect that, and so he may doing that at conference too. Yeah, and then to come through in the hurdles, and then Landon's 400-meter hurdle was good today, and again, kind of wet, slippery conditions out there, and that's tough when you're up on those hurdles, late in a race, like a long race like that. So, yeah, they did really well.
Just comment on how a meet like this gives you another chance to compete, get some races run, some times down, some marks thrown, as you have a couple meets before the conference tournament.
Yeah, it's really important to stay, keep working on our sharpness and keep building, and every week we do something a little different. Like this week it was that 10,000 that was real good in the mile. Last week it was some other events, and I think we'll probably see something next week that'll help us, and that's just how it goes. Some meets you do some events well, and other meets you do some different events well. So by the time we come down to conference, we want to be hitting on all cylinders, and I think we'll have a good conference championships in 3 or 4 weeks. So.